Warning: the following content is most likely to be uncensored. We are men of our own opinions. You do not have to share our opinions. We simply talk about what we feel like we want to talk about when we want to talk about it. With that said, thank you for viewing or listening.
Welcome, everyone, to Far Side of the Pod. Today's episode, we are talking about D23. I am Jordan. We got Ridge.
What's up, y'all?
We got Mikey.
I'm the intro voice.
And Caleb.
What up, yo?
And like I just said, we are talking about D23 2024 today.
So, D23.
What did everybody think about it in general before we get into it? Like, just as overall.
I think they embarrassed Hall H with how large they went for their main stage.
Yeah, it was pretty damn big.
For one. For two, there was some surprises in there, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't expecting anything about Avatar, or the next Avatar movie. I really didn't. I guess that wasn't something that came across my mind.
Well, if you think about it, in between the first and the second one, it took them fucking ages to come out with another one.
Yeah, now they're just going to be spitting them out one after the other, I think.
Yeah, like all the way up to
we didn't get Kathleen Kennedy at the panel, at any of the panels, so I'm curious if they actually listened, or if they just knew that she was going to get booed off stage, one of the two.
We're going to end up getting the email. Keep my name out your fucking mouth.
Good luck with that, alright? Once you get fired, I'll keep your name out my mouth, alright? So, fuck you in advance.
Yeah, I can't wait to open the mailbox and find a cease and desist notice.
Other than that, Iger, I love you. You're doing good. You're bringing the parks back to a higher level. Like the Monsters Inc. land, I wasn't expecting that. So yeah, it's starting to come together well.
Please invite us to next year's D23.
Yeah, I doubt we're getting that.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
But, you know,
More likely that one of us is going to receive fucking... We're going to receive something in a mailbox, and it's basically like a code phrase that activates our sleeper agent.
What?
Listen, the thing we're going to receive is...
What is this unmarked letter? What's it say? Blue 42. Kill Caleb,
a laser
Jordan,
pops
and
up.
Ridge. Kill Caleb, Jordan, and Ridge.
A laser pops up on my forehead. Oh, well.
Why is this piece of paper
when they get there?
Nutter?
Yeah. That's an inside joke. Alright, so where we want to get started on this?
Well, since we don't have any like pictures in this little slideshow I have right here, why don't we just start with the parks, just to get those out of the way. Ridge, you'll take the head on this, because I don't know much about it.
Yay, the parks, my favorite. Alright, so the parks got a lot announced. Let's see here. Let me try to help us out here real quick to pull stuff up. Like I said, we had the Monsters Inc. land in Disney World. I think I'm just going to talk mainly about the Disney World stuff because that's what I have glued to my brain pretty much.
Well, look, we live on the East Coast. So I understand.
Yeah, we live on the East Coast, so it's a lot easier for us to get there. Now, same time, I plan on getting out to the West Coast side at some point. I don't plan on traveling overseas to Paris or Shanghai or any of those just because that's crazy expensive and I don't have that kind of money. Again, I doubt we'll probably have a laser on our heads before we get that.
Kill John Lennon.
Anyways, So, other than that, we also have. Let's see, I keep on blanking out right now so bad. I'm so sorry, guys. We have the Indiana Jones attraction. We have the Encanto attraction. They're both coming to Animal Kingdom. We also have a new Zootopia show coming to Animal Kingdom that has to do. That's going to take over. It's tough to be a bug inside the Tree of Life. What else do we got?
We got the Villain Land in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, of course. How can I forget that? The Villain Land, which is going to rival that of, I guess, the Monsters Land in Epic Universe. Mm-hmm. Now, will it have the same response? I don't know, but can't complain too terribly bad about it. What else did we? Oh, we getting also a Cars thing. Cars Land out there at Magic Kingdom. Of course, we're getting Test Track 3.0 out at Epcot.
The new bar for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, new Pirates of... Well, it's
like a lounge.
We'll call it a lounge. We got Pirates of the Caribbean Lounge and a Spaceship Earth Lounge. The reason why I'm wanting to call it a lounge is because whenever I think of bars, it's something that kids can't get into. Kids can get into this one.
Okay. And
be able to share in snacks and drinks. You can get the kids drunk at Disney World. No, you can't. Don't listen to me. Don't think, kids. No, you don't get that kind of luxury. All right, I know it's your own vacation.
Remember, kids. And God, I hope no one lets their kids listen to this. Actions have consequences. Yeah, actions have consequences. So don't do bad stuff.
Oh, yeah. And we're also getting a new nighttime parade out at Magic Kingdom again. It's called the Disney Starlight. So that's pretty cool too. I can run through all the other theme parks now because I finally pulled up all the other parks, but that could take over an hour in of itself. So we'll just stick to Magic Kingdom stuff. Guys, do y'all have any thoughts on any of it other than me?
I think it's pretty cool that they're adding on stuff. I mean, Monsters Inc.'s cool. I like Monsters Inc. I think the villain thing is cool, but I didn't really think about it being the rival for Epic Universe, but it makes sense.
Well, that's what I just now thought about that today because, Epic Universe is getting in something dark, so Disney's got to go dark, Give something for the older kids. Of course, in Monsters Inc., they're going to include the
door coaster.
A roller coaster based off the door scene where they're all riding doors in the warehouse or whatever it is. So that'll be real cool.
It's going to be Disney's first suspension coaster.
Yep. What else is there?
If we're ready to get into the movie part, we can.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and dive on into that. Like I said, I could talk forever.
I just
know
don't
more
have
about the movies than I do about the theme parks.
I'm not a huge theme park guy. I'm so basic that pretty much the most notable theme park I've ever been to as an adult is Dollywood. I went to Orlando Studios once when I was like maybe 12.
We gotta get all of us out to Universal Studios.
I'm trying to take Mike to HHN.
Sunlight.
Yeah, Universal Studios. I'm a Universal guy.
Oh no.
Well, if we all go to HHN, it's at night.
Yeah, it's cool.
And it's till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Darkness. 2. People. A lot of people. Scary people. Oh no.
We'll get into haunt stuff later on.
Right, so the way we're gonna do this movie thing is I got pictures that shows them individually. Like not each picture individually, but it shows multiple movies. So I guess we're gonna go one at a time, so it be more coordinated. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll flip this over. The first movie that we could talk about, because I feel like it's the one we know almost the most of at this point, is Moana #2. Comes out November 25th.
She's a big sister now.
We will find a way.
I love the first movie. It had some great moments, and of course, Lin-Manuel Miranda did the music for it. So
He always creates bangers.
But this is the.
He really does. I actually really love all the music in Moana.
But this is the thing that makes me sad. Brittany just told me this yesterday. Apparently, Lin-Manuel didn't do the music for Moana 2.
Oh no.
Do what?
Apparently, Lin-Manuel Miranda did not do the music.
I thought
Brittany sent me that last night.
Well, that just killed the whole vibe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I could have sworn he did.
I was sharing the whiskey with it, and now I'm standing graveside. Oh.
I was literally 50-50 on it in the first place when I first saw the first teaser trailer. I mean, the new trailer was like, okay, it sold me a little more. But when she told me that Lin-Manuel wasn't doing the music anymore, I was like, oh, God.
Now, I will say I'm more excited for this than I am the year after with a live action coming out.
Yeah.
It's way too soon, I think. Now, take it, this is Dwayne Johnson's baby, pretty much. He's getting to do whatever he wants to with it.
Yeah.
But I'm just not, it's too early. Why can't we get like a live action Princess and the Frog first?
Yeah, I agree.
You know what? I'm right there with you. I'm on board with that.
Alright, Caleb, you got anything to say on Moana?
No, I never really did watch the first one, so really out of the movies, there's probably maybe one or two that I really know about for sure. So, but yeah, I think, why change something if it isn't broken? That's kind of what I think of when I hear that, she's not going to be doing the music.
Alexander Hamilton.
The music isn't bad. It was pretty popular.
Alright, so the movie that is scheduled to come out after Moana 2 that they announced is Avatar Fire and Ash, which is the third of the James Cameron Avatar series.
What's the last one? Earth?
No, water.
Yeah.
Way of the water.
I mean, like the last of the series.
Oh, I get what you're
saying. Avatar, the last Airbender.
I was about to say, well,
Book 1.
Count it. The first one was more so Earth related.
Yeah.
The second one's been water. This one's fire. Next one's going to be probably wind.
What are they going to do
or something?
Way of the wind.
6 fucking movies lined up.
Avatar.
Once they run out of it,
I was like, how?
They'll get into
what's
animals.
next? Avatar Fallout, and it's just like, oh, the element for this one's plutonium, you guys.
You also got to think they did.
It's
have
set in Soviet Russia. This is Avatar Stalinium.
It'll be Avatar Rise of Banshee next.
Avatar Revenge of the Jake Sully.
Avatar, our hair and tails do that weird thing you forgot about.
Avatar.
Avatar.
It's not really coitus. Don't look into it.
Avatar hair sets. That's going to be the name of one of them.
Oh, God.
Avatar. It's not that weird. Don't look into it.
I'm excited for it. I mean, I enjoyed the Way of the Water.
I do like the Avatar movies. Like all clowning aside, I do actually like the Avatar movies.
Yeah, I think the new one was great.
I like the picture quality of it.
Yeah, it is very beautiful. That's honestly one of the best things about it is the cinematography.
That's what I'm kind of curious about with them starting to push these movies out quicker.
Yeah.
Will they be as luscious? I'm sure they will be, but I don't know.
I mean, hell, they gotta.
I'm looking forward to it though.
Hell, they got to push the rest of them out before dude keels over.
Which dude?
Peter Jackson,
Dead.
not Peter Jackson, but James Cameron. Look, man,
That's a big difference, Slater.
they're both white men with white hair. Okay.
That's racist.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows the list?
You know how many people I can name with that exact same build? Not many.
What you talking about, Willis? I'm one of them.
All
No,
right, so
my hair ain't white yet.
the next thing it'll probably release before Avatar will, but they have it in like behind it on this list. Is that Dream Productions series? It's so what it is. It's going to be like the Dream Production company. It's like a production company inside of Riley's head from Inside Out, who create her dreams.
The way I understood it, it's going to be pretty much the inside version of the.
Of The Office.
Yep, that's what I heard.
That
would be great.
Well, I believe that's true or not, I'm not really looking forward to it. I haven't seen Inside 2 yet. I heard it's phenomenal.
I loved it.
I figured we'd get Inside Out 3 announced instead of this. I don't know. We'll see.
It might be a next year thing.
What else we got, Slater?
After that, we got some pretty big hitters after this one. Toy Story 5.
Homer today.
Yeah, this is the one that I really know more about.
So we're getting Toy Story 5 in summer 26, and it looks like the premise of the story is the toys are going to be going against electronics.
And a bunch of rogue Buzz Lightyears again.
Oh, nice.
Buzz Lightyear to the rescue.
Didn't we get that in the second movie?
Yeah. Well, no, I think
And in the third movie?
no, the third one.
No,
he
not
set
the
his
third
battery
movie.
pack and he started speaking Spanish. I'm
Biblioteca.
I'm not I wasn't the biggest fan of the 4 one. I thought Toy Story 4 was okay, but what I think if they do what I hope they do with Toy Story 5, I think they could do something pretty nice to end the series.
They won't. It'll go on about as many as Fast and Furious.
No, man. They just need to get the toys back to Andy. Andy needs to give the toys to his kids and just end it.
I gotta be honest, I'm tired of Toy Story. They should have quit at 3.
I
Would have
agree.
been a happy ending. It was a great movie to end on.
Yeah, it was.
I get it. It made a lot of money, but there's a certain point in time you have to realize that you can't keep on making sequels of it and expecting it to just all be big hitters. Can they be? Yes, of course, but it gets old after a certain point with some movies. And Toy Story is just one of them for me. I'm not looking forward to it, guys.
Right.
It's one of them that's just... The fourth wasn't great. I gave it a shot. It wasn't great to me. And I'm just tired of them.
I do think Lightyear was good, though.
Yeah,
Lightyear was pretty
I
good.
did enjoy it.
I had my gripes about it.
Of course.
We can talk about that another time, but
But I think, Caleb, I know you said you was pretty well versed in Toy Story. What do you think on it, man?
So, I mean, I definitely like the plot. With technology nowadays, kids are spending a lot less time outside, and it's probably a good idea that this movie's made, so they kind of, give it it is good to give the technology a break. And that's coming from somebody who does not stop playing with technology. He's just, I'm just big into it, but
He's just in there. He's all over.
Yeah, I'm just in there. It's just how it is. I can't help it. But I've always been a Toy Story fan. Like when the movies came out, I was, I had the sleeping bag, and I think that I'm excited for it, and I hope that it does well. I just hope that they don't milk it too long, because I think 5 is a good number to stop now.
I think I'm with Ridge. I think they realistically should have stopped at 3.
Probably, yeah.
But we had to make a fourth movie just so we can add a damn fork into the spork into the damn equation. But
My name's Forky and
Forky.
I'm trash.
We didn't have to do that.
no, they didn't. It was a joke.
We could have just went to Taco Bell in that movie if we wanted something to do with the spork.
I think the best thing about Toy Story 4 was Key and Peele. Key and Peele playing the duck and the bunny. Now, Mike, you got anything on Toy Story?
The last time I seriously thought about Toy Story in depth was when I played Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, yeah.
Because there is a Toy Story portion of the game. Not going to hover on that. But I remember being, as I am now, a grown-ass man, and crying. Real grown-ass man tears towards the end of that Toy Story storyline. Because I'm sitting here, and Woody's like, now look, I have no idea what you heartless things are, but you let my friend Buzz go. It's clear to me that no one's ever loved you like they're supposed to, but I know what real love feels like. His name's on my boot, and I just lost it. I was like,
It's all funny.
Right in the childhood.
As far as the movies go, I think 3 could have been a good send off. The toys have a new home. The new girl takes great care of them. I think it could have ended well at 3.
And how the hell do you bring the franchise back after you get one of the saddest lines in childhood history? So long, old friend.
So long, partner, man. That was rough. I kind of cried a little bit on that one.
Listen, y'all got
like crying, bro.
Yeah, it tore me up a little bit.
I know we're talking.
Crying in the club.
Listen, I know we're talking about it like we grew up on it fully, but I remember the third one specifically because my brother really did grow up, went to theaters to see a first one, right? So, my mom took my brother to see a third one, and it was right at the exact same time my brother was going off to college too. So you want to talk about emotional strings. Because I remember my mom just said that all she was doing was crying her eyes out because of that.
Man.
Well,
Yeah.
The thing is like, I mean, though I wasn't coherent when they came out in theaters, but I remember even my mom will tell you I was a massive Toy Story fan. So.
Yeah, our mom. Our mom, she had us all in that stuff. We were always around.
Yep. All right, so the next big one, which is a massive one, I was low-key super shocked when they announced this one. We're getting The Incredibles 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was probably a big surprise for animated movies.
I mean, arguably, The Incredibles is one of the best animated movies of all time. And 2 was good. I think it held up, but it wasn't as good as the first one, of course. But I'm super stoked for the third one. One thing I really want to get, and instead of just y'all's takes, I want to get y'all's thoughts on what do you think should happen, or like at least with the family. Like, do you think they should still keep them as kids, or do you think they should be older?
I think they should grow up. I think not like super old, right? Like we don't need Dash in college and all that. But if we could age them up, if we could, Violet, I think she should be graduating high school. I don't know.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Don't get me 100% on what.
You cut out, Ridge.
By now, though. Jack shouldn't be still crawling around, barely talking. He should be forming words now, I think.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. And show some age on Mr. Incredible. And Helen, have them.
Hey, you can age Elastigirl, but you better not take them curves away, brother.
Good gosh.
They don't call me Elastigirl for nothing, baby.
I hate it here.
I think I'm with.
I hear you, but they're just polygons.
I think I'm with Ridge though. Like, I think they should have Jack at least as either a freshman or sophomore. Not Jack, but Dash. Should have Dash as a freshman or sophomore in high school. Violet either senior year, about to graduate, or in college. And I think Jack should be around the same age as Dash was in the first movie.
Well, I wasn't thinking that far in advance with Jack. I was thinking more like he should be like 3 or 4.
Oh right. I just don't think.
And
I just don't think we need another movie just Jack cuting up the screen. I mean, yeah, it's a good thing about the other movies, but still.
What if we get another baby?
I'd be mad, brother. What are they gonna call this one? Shack?
I think you're just naming it after Jack, but you never know.
Is it Jack?
Jack Jr.?
They're gonna name the baby Dick because Richard, the Dick is another name for Richard.
Oh, good gosh.
Unless it's a girl, then it's just gonna be Sharon or something like that.
No, it'll be.
I don't know.
It'll be Hazel or something like that, since the first one
Violet.
is Violet. Yeah, Violet and Hazel.
So Mike.
As far,
yeah, I was gonna say, Mikey, what do you think?
I think that I don't know. Like, my takes for it, I don't feel are weak. I'm just not sure what to expect because there was such a prolonged time right between the first Incredibles movie and the second one, which, you know, wasn't a bad thing. I understand times being what they were, all that jazz. But the second movie came as a complete curveball to me. I really enjoyed the plot. I liked the second movie a lot. But I couldn't have really predicted exactly what was going to go down or how it was going to happen. I was more than happy to see, of course, the whole family come together and save the day as usual. But in terms of the family themselves, you know, not trying to predict the plot or guess the outcome, in terms of the family, you know, I would like to see Mr. Incredible maybe a bit older, you know, showing signs that he's just not necessarily aging or becoming an old man, but that he's progressing and further into maturity as a father and everything else, you know. We could even see something along the lines of maybe the ideas of passing a torch as Dash is coming into his own, stuff like that, so is Violet. Yeah. But I'm kind of with you. I love Jack, and I love that he's basically a psychotic infant. I would like to see him a little bit older.
Hold on.
Like, he doesn't have to be as old as Dash was in the first movie. But I would like to see him, you know, toddling around some. 4 years old.
Caleb, you got any thoughts?
So, I will say that I do agree with you guys, but I feel like Jack should be at least 5. And the reason being, I feel like he can. It just pushes his character a little bit more along because he controls a lot of powers at that young age, and we're not sure if he's going to be able to control all of those powers for the rest of his life, or if it's going to be just like one power eventually. You know, so they could do a story based off of that. That would be really cool.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool if they made Jack the villain now. Like,
I was about to say, hear me out. Jack is so OP. He is the villain.
Yeah, they do more of a time jump because think about it. It's going to be either 8, 9, or 10 years after the second one released. Whenever that comes out.
What if Jack can time travel and we end up meeting the older Jack?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be cool.
And he's the villain, and the younger one's the one that ends up saving the day.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Going back to talk about the second movie, I will say, obviously not as good as the very first movie, but still a very good very good film on its own.
Yeah.
And I'd say in the second film, oh man, I got sidetracked. I had something there, searching for it.
Heading forward, lost train of thought.
But I might think of it later. But I still think that the second movie was really good. Oh, also big shout out to it's hard to listen to this one character in the second movie, mainly because all I hear is Saul Goodman. That kind of made it hard for me to watch part of that film. I think that was the only negative I think I had about the movie.
All right. So the next two movies that we're going to be talking about are in the same franchise. It looks like we are getting the Frozen 3 and 4 officially. What I had to say about this one is, I mean, I'm in the majority that thought Frozen 2 was like God sent. I love that movie. I was a grown ass man crying in that movie theater.
I went to see it by myself in 4D.
We went and watched it in 4D too.
Yep.
But
right after I went and watched it, I said, "Yeah, no, I got to take these guys to see this."
But I think the concept pictures that came out with it looks like Odin is going to be the antagonist. And it looks like they are possibly going to either Asgard or Valhalla in the movie as well. So I'm interested to see what goes on with that. Honestly, I have not much more to say. The only thing I really hope for is I hope the music is either better or as good as the second one, because I thought the music in the second one was banger. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. I hope we get some kids, like Anna Kristoff has some kids or something like that. But yeah,
I think it's going to be a good movie. I obviously think the music's going to end up banger in this one too. Like the song that sticks out to me like a sore thumb from that second one is "Lost in the Woods."
yeah,
that song was just a bop for me. Take it. There was some good sounding songs from that one that I enjoyed a lot more than I did in the first one. Talking to You, Let It Go. Gosh, let go already. Anyways, but it looks. I believe it'll be good. The fourth one, I don't know. We ain't got that far yet.
Yeah.
We ain't got that far yet.
I feel like if Frozen 3 is treated with the same amount of heart and relative care that the second movie had, I think it will be fine.
I mean, it doesn't come out till 2027, so.
Listen, you gotta understand the woman that's singing in this in Wicked, so we know it's gonna be some girls in there.
Yeah. I think
that's all I got on it.
Look, the only thing that I'm like not gonna expect is if they outdo "Show Yourself," because to me, "Show Yourself" was the song of the second movie, and dude, that shit put me in the dirt. I was crying like a bitch when that song played.
That song make you choke up.
Every time I watch that movie, it's like
it's like, oh god, I know I could cry over this.
Y'all other boys got anything to say on the movies? Besides, I know Mikey, you just said something, but Caleb?
Nah, I've never been really that big into Frozen. I think the one thing I liked about Frozen was probably Olaf. He was the one that kind of made it bearable for me, but that's just because I'm not into movies like that per se. I do think, hearing the story, what you're predicting it could be with Odin and everything. I think it's a cool idea, and I think that as long as they do the series justice and they make good money, then hey, props to them for it.
And
Does that mean we're getting Thor in it?
but that's a possibility. I mean, that's
so help me if I see Chris Hemsworth in the credits. We'll know why Thor was crying, you guys.
well, this is
Oh my
Frozen 3
gosh!
soundtrack.
Why was
Frozen
Oh my
3
gosh!
soundtrack went
Could
too
you-
damn hard.
Could you imagine the animated Thor being voiced probably by Chris Hemsworth? That'd be great.
another?
but I think the one thing about it is, I mean, this franchise, exploded so crazily when it first came out, and the fact that they aged the movie with the fans, like that's what I felt like 2 was. It was like it aged with the people who grew up watching the first one. So
Okay, yeah, all right. I follow with that.
I just think that if they kind of stick with that same formula, or at least stick in the realm that they're in right now, I think they'll knock it out of the park. Of course, I'm expecting the song, like one song out of the movie, to be mainstream, like how, they got Brendan Urie to do Into the Unknown. Well,
Yeah.
but I'm excited. Like 4, I'm 100% sure that 3 and 4 will connect to each other. So, yeah, that's pretty much it on Frozen. I'm excited for it.
At least someone is.
So the big thing, here's a big one: the live action Lilo and Stitch coming out next year.
Oh yes.
I think
Looking right into the bleeding eyes of capitalism for this one.
I'm glad that they showed Stitch, and I'm glad on how Stitch looks. To me, he looks like what he should have looked like.
Well, I had no doubt in it. I think too many people got worried because of people doing bad AI
We're gonna
art
get to that.
of him.
We're gonna get to that, boys.
I think that's just what, to me, I had no doubts over how cute he was going to be, how this was going to end up being for everyone.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for it. Again, though, this is one of those that I'm not 100% sure if I was ready for it to be live action or not.
Understandable.
Yeah.
So we just all in agreements, like we're excited for it, but we're kind of nervous about it.
I'm not nervous about it.
I am.
I think it's going to do great. I mean,
I'm sure
I'm glad that they're put. You gotta understand, this was originally, and I remember I talked about this last Sunday. This was originally supposed to be something that was only going to be on Disney Plus,
right.
and they're pushing it to theater. So it's gotta be good if they said, "Hey, let's run this in the theaters instead of just running it on Disney Plus."
I'll give you that. Mikey, Caleb, y'all got anything to say on it?
I really liked Lilo and Stitch when it was animated. Loved it, actually. Maybe not as fervently as people who are willing to buy Lilo and Stitch paraphernalia and wear the pajama bottoms, but I did like.
Y'all just call me out.
Oh yeah, I'm talking to you, boy. No, I feel more anxiety towards it being live action than I do excitement, because crucify me if you must. I'm in the camp that I wasn't super fond of the live action Lion King, right? I feel like that could have been done better.
Oh,
It
get to that too, buddy.
like it can have a live action feel, but why must it be true to life? Why can't, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's supposed to be a live action and not a realistically animated movie. I guess I'm nervous because I don't want it to flop. How about that?
Yeah.
I don't want to see yet another childhood love go down in flame for the sake of money.
Yeah. Caleb?
I agree with Mikey. That does worry me a little bit. And we're all pretty big Lilo and Stitch fans. I don't know many people who aren't. And I thought Stitch looked really good. I was kind of shocked that they got it right the first go around.
Well, it's at Paramount with Sonic.
They probably looked at that and said, "Let's just not do that."
It's like
They probably
the fans
Yeah,
will bully us into submission.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what they do with it, but we'll just have to be nervous until a trailer comes out for it. Really.
Yeah.
Next.
Next we got a couple. Well, one of them's not a stinker. One of them I'm actually kind of excited for, but I know there's not going to be much comments on it. We got Freakier Friday coming out next year.
Yep.
The sequel to the Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan Freaky Friday.
As if this shit couldn't get more weird.
I'm pretty excited for that. I'm not like super stoked about it, but it's okay, I'll watch it type of thing.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Look, at least it's not that damn musical remake they fucking made a couple years ago. I watched like 10 seconds of that and I was like, nah, I'm out. Went and laid down. Like that.
I'm out of here.
But at first, you was thinking, ooh, done in a musical form? Why not?
That shit was horrible, dude.
Not everything deserves a musical.
It's true, and I'm not the biggest musical guy, but I can agree with that.
Y'all have much on anything? Do we just want to skip to the next one?
Go ahead.
Yeah, we can move on.
Okay, this one I'm gonna talk some shit about. Honestly, you know what? Screw it, guys. I'm sorry, but this is Jordan's rant of the week.
I was about to say it became the week.
I was about to say, Lord have mercy. Here it
No,
comes.
I'm about to really go off on here. You alright? You ready? You ready for this shit?
Alright, cut.
Lay it down. We listening. Here it comes.
March 21st, 2025. We are getting Snow White. And as someone who is the son of a woman who grew up loving Snow White, so I was around it my whole life. Also, my wife is a massive Snow White fan, and my grandmother even calls her Snow White because she is pale-skinned with dark hair. So I was kind of excited when they originally announced Snow White, and of course, rightfully so. But then they announced Gal Gadot as the evil queen. Oh, cool, I could dig it. Then they got this.
Okay.
They got Rachel Zegler, or whatever her damn name is, as Snow White. And
yeah,
I can't stand this woman.
I don't think anybody can.
The only thing that I saw her in that I thought was like, oh, okay, was, two things. Was, West Side Story and the new Hunger Games movie. Though I loathed her character in the new Hunger Games movie, there was moments that she was alright.
You loved her character?
Loathe.
I did not like her, but there was moments where
I was making okay. Yeah, no, I heard you wrong. Not the loathing part. I thought. Never mind.
But
go ahead.
But Snow White. First of all the controversy that was behind this movie when it was first being filmed. First of all, the dress was like shit. Then they announced.
I'm sorry. Go.
They announced the dwarves weren't even little people. They were just grown ass men.
Walking on their hands and knees.
And it was like, what the hell? They talked about making Snow White a strong, independent woman who doesn't need the Prince Charming and stuff like that. And Rachel Zegler is like, I am not gonna let no man tell me how to play Snow White and stuff, all this shit like that. Then now they release a trailer, which I haven't fully seen, so don't degrade me. But I've seen clips of it. And they put the dwarves back in it, but they're not played by little people. They are CGI dwarves that look absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like, Dopey looks like that dude's on fucking dope.
Well, it's his name.
I'm talking. No, this dude looks methed out, dude.
I didn't look that hard.
He kind of looks like the Mad. Do you remember the Mad magazines or whatever?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he
my
looks
God.
like that, dude.
Uh,
I mean, it looks like they fixed Rachel Zegler's dress, so good on that. And Gal Gadot, you know.
I was worried that you were
she's
going to tell me
always
that
cool.
they made. Oh, I just lost his name. Keep going; it'll come back to me.
Look, if y'all put Chris Hemsworth as the huntsman and be like, "Where's Kristen Stewart?" I'm walking out of the damn theater. I mean, I'm gonna have to go watch it anyways because my wife is a fan. But fuck this shit. I can't stand Rachel Zegler. I mean, I wanted to put a hole in my forehead when she started singing in the new Hunger Games movie. And it was just literally one of those moments where she's like surrounded by snakes or something like that, and she's just like, ah! And like the snakes are just like, damn, this bitch singing, and just stop. And I just,
what a stupid
This bitch saying it. Oh, bro, you started saying Dopey was methed out, and I was like, don't tell me he looks like Pete Davidson, please. Oh,
Pete, he just
I was
comes out,
worried.
just comes out Pete Davidson.
He's like, do you know how many celebrity women I've been with recently? Too many.
This movie, I am not excited for it. I swear, if they went the whole route where she's not the damsel in distress like Snow White is supposed to be, I am going to flip the hell out. If this is literally, I don't need no Prince Charming, I can kiss myself back to life after I take a bite of that damn apple. Oh, I'm gonna punch a hole through a wall.
Yeah, I mean that's taking like Walt Disney's like greatest like collection there, like one of his best things that he's known for.
It was
and
the
that
first.
comes,
It's the original Disney princess. Like,
yeah, and just taking that and taking that script and just wiping your ass with it. That's basically what it seems like. It's like it's complete disrespect, but somehow they don't view it that way. They view it as empowering, and it's just like, how is that empowering to say screw this beautiful work of art because we said so? That's just stupid,
what Ridge? What's your thought on it, bro?
Alright, guys. Don't kill me. Alright, this is
There are
just...
6 lasers trained on you as you speak.
Well, I'm sure there is. Okay? Now,
Go on.
I watched the trailer, the whole thing. To me, just from what I saw, it looks like they fixed it. Now, will I admit, the CGI did bad whenever they were dancing around in the house. Yes. But you gotta remember, this movie doesn't come out for another hot minute, so they have time to fix things. So let's give them a chance to fix it before they put it out. Now, am I saying that they will? No, because it could end up being like The Flash and just have bad CGI parts in it. But in general,
Prince Charming's going to go to kiss her at the end of the movie, and her hand's just going to come up and stop and says, "I don't need no man," and she's going to get up and walk into the sunset with 7 other men.
Now hear me out. Hear me out. I think that they fixed it, and the only reason why I'm thinking that is because for the love of all people that work at that company that probably wouldn't allow it is Mr. Bob Iger himself. He's not Bob Chapek. Bob Chapek would have let anything and everything go out as long as it brought him money.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure with Iger there, he saw it, said, "What is this? Either you fix it or we're to have to delay this even further out than what we would like to and have to do a whole recast on this."
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that that's something, like y'all said, this is Walt Disney's very first animated film.
Yep.
You can't fuck up the first animated film that Walt himself did. You can sit there and tell me what you're going to, but you're going to have backlash whenever it comes out. Now, am I saying that what y'all said isn't going to happen? No. There's a chance that could happen. And if that happens, the rant will come back around with me again on it. But for right now, I'm holding out hope and saying that from the looks of it, they fixed it. And from the looks of it, we're getting a decent, not a great story, but a decent story with Snow White.
Well, for their sake, they better hope.
Yeah, they'll have some really angry people on the internet that day after.
Mikey, you got anything to say on it?
I want to say that in terms of empowering oneself, I don't think it's necessary to reject the opposite sex. Here lately, I mean, and I say lately, I mean in the past years that I can remember, independence of oneself has been pushed, and it's been pushed heavily. But
Star Wars.
as as a 24-year-old man, that I have my own pride and I loathe asking for help. But I've been slowly trying to get myself to understand that when push comes to shove, it's okay to be vulnerable enough in a state to ask for help. It's unhealthy, in my opinion, to be willfully ignorant of your own fallacies. Nobody is perfect and everybody needs help sometimes. There's nothing wrong with being independent. But if you need help, you should ask for help. And that's where my issue with the I'm a strong independent insert gender here that don't need no insert other gender here. That's where my issues come with it, because last time I checked, I'm just as helpless as a newborn when it comes to a lot of things, and I'm very ignorant on a lot. And there's a lot of things that I know about that other people don't that I could help them with. But, you know, I think pride can be a downfall of a lot of people, and I don't know if teaching everybody and everyone that you don't need someone to come and save you is a good thing, because we all need help sometimes. We have to be able to save ourselves, but there will be times, especially in today's day and age, where we can't help ourselves, where we need help. That's all I really have to say on it. Other than that, I really wish some little folks got some representation instead of using CGI for dwarves, but
Yeah, I agree.
Look, man, you know.
Well, a certain little man actor got pissed off over this shit, so that's the whole thing about it.
I was about to say, like, where's the representation for the, for our diminutive friends that we love?
Well, actually, a couple actors got really pissed off about it, and this is like one of the reasons why it didn't happen. Peter Dinklage got pretty pissed off about it. And
I can understand.
And Wee Man from Jackass.
Yeah.
I mean, he talked about how. I mean, I know he probably wouldn't have been in it, but it's still like, you know, as someone who's popular in that community.
Dude, they could have made Wee Man grumpy, and I would have been like, I see it.
Honestly, I would have, if they would have done it and cast Peter Dinklage as Grumpy, I would have shit my pants. Like that would have been perfect.
But he wouldn't have done it.
No.
Because he don't want to be cast in a midget role. Even though he played an elf.
In Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
and got called an elf.
Well, in Game of Thrones, he's called everything under the damn sun. Now, I can't say I might not be able to say half the stuff they call him in that movie, but, you know, on that show, but, you know, hey, God bless you. But,
moving on, please.
On to the next movie. One that I'm pretty excited about
canceled.
Is Tron Ares. Comes out next October. Not this year, next year. And the first thing I like to say about this that kind of excites the hell out of me, they announced that 9 Inch Nails is composing the soundtrack for Tron. So that's going to be pretty cool. And Jared Leto in this movie, so I'm pretty excited for Jared Leto to do something good.
Maybe.
Maybe. Look, Tron Legacy. To me, Tron Legacy is one of the most underrated movies ever. So I have high hopes for this movie. Ridge, what you thinking on it, Bip?
My thoughts is I'm not, too over hyper about this movie.
Understandable.
I think it'll be interesting, maybe. I hope that this helps Jared Leto out with his acting career because the last two movies he were in didn't do him any favors that I know of.
Right.
Um, Other than that, that's about it. This isn't one of my higher up movies on.
All right. Well, any of y'all other fellas got any any thoughts?
I do, and I'm in the same camp as you. It's very exciting for me to know that Nine Inch Nails will be composing some of the music because Jordan, as my older brother, you know me very well, and you know my music tastes very well. The electronic and synth sounds that will come out of Tron just do something right for me, and that probably is very heavily influenced by the soundtrack originally composed for the Mass Effect games. But ignoring that, I also love heavy riffs, heavy guitar. I love music that makes me feel something. Anything. I love music that just grabs a hold of my heartstrings and says, "Feel, sucker! Feel! You're gonna like it." So to know that I'm gonna get these dark synth waves because that's what Tron is on top of these heavy riffs coming from Nine Inch Nails, magnifique.
Yep.
I'm very excited for it.
Caleb.
The Tron Legacy movie was a very excellent movie. I think, as long as they stick to the course of the, storyline and try not to make mistakes where it really counts, I feel like it'll be a good movie. It's something I'd probably be interested in watching.
Yeah. All right. So this next movie we already know a good amount of, so I'm sure we won't spend too much on. I'm just going to mention it because it does come out this year. Mufasa. It looks like it's going to be like the origin story of Mufasa.
Oh, I do have something to say on this one
Okay, and
because
Mikey, just to say, this is the same animation style as the live action.
Yes, that much I know. I'm not saying I dislike the movie. I'm just saying, I guess, as somebody who really enjoyed Lion King 1.5, and Lion King 2, all that stuff. I guess I'm just stuck on the animation and seeing it even though it's CGI appearing that photorealistic. I guess just throws me off. But moving on.
Yeah, Ridge, what was you gonna say?
okay. So I don't know if I'm the only one that went back after all this and was just watching trailers to see how these things are going to look. It looks like we're about to feel bad
For who?
because Scar.
Yeah, I can understand.
It looks like we're about to feel bad for him because the way it is Mufasa uh, was just adopted into this royal family.
Dang, just
His dad, what in the actual king, Scar's king, Scar's dad is the king. So that must mean that somehow Mufasa jumps over Scar with becoming king. So are we going to end up feeling bad for him?
feel justified for Scar.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
We're going to end up
Okay,
feeling for Mr. Scar.
I feel a rant building. Ooh,
And
Mikey no likey.
the one thing I'm gonna bring up that I'm excited about, and this goes back to Moana 2. Lin-Manuel Miranda has done the music for Mufasa the Lion King. So I think that's the thing that excites me the most out of it. Like,
Yeah, it's intriguing. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I guess because
I don't know why Beyonce got to be in this movie again, but you know,
well,
I know that's just
it's a new story, so I think that's my big thing. Is like, what songs are going to make you this thing pop
right.
because of it being a
I
new
just
story?
can't wait to be king. Part 3.
The remix.
It's gonna be Scar singing "I Can't Wait to Be King," but then Mufasa steps in and says, "No, you don't."
Yeah, it's
You
I can't wait
thought.
to be. It's I can't wait to be king, featuring Skrillex.
Right, Caleb, you got
He
anything on
goes to
that?
say, I can't. Go ahead.
I was just asking Caleb what he thought, so go ahead and say your thought, then Caleb can get into it.
Well, Caleb, what are you feeling about Lion King?
I mean, I did see that they were kind of pointing towards him as bad for Scar, but it doesn't exactly justify what he does. So I mean, regardless if you feel bad for him, you're gonna be like, well, he still,
Yeah.
killed him. So
I don't know, man.
fuck that dude.
I don't know.
I don't know. If they make Mufasa look bad, that'd be really stupid.
Well, I don't think it's going to be that they make him look. I think it's that they're going to make it look like, okay, but there's a reason why Scar hates Mufasa so much.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to get explained in this movie.
Yeah.
And we're going to like, oh, yeah, I kind of see this now. I see his point on it.
Alright, so our next topic, and I feel this is one of my letdowns from D23. We're going to talk about the subject that was talked about the least at D23, Star Wars.
Yep.
The first thing they talked about when it comes to show or movie wise was Skeleton Crew with Jude Law. That comes out this year on December 3rd. I don't really know about it. I mean, like I said, I haven't been like super excited for something Star Wars related since the Mandalorian, but Obi-Wan. I can't remember which came out first. Oh, second, but I'm not all too excited for Skeleton Crew. Well, never mind. The last thing about Star Wars that I got really excited about was Ahsoka.
Yeah, Ahsoka series. I was about to say Ahsoka is really good.
But y'all got any takes on Skeleton Crew?
Honestly, I really don't. I didn't see
Yeah.
too much about it.
Ridge?
Sorry, you already know better than to come to me over anything with Star Wars related right now.
I got you.
Yeah.
My only high point was that Kathleen Kennedy did not come out once.
Yeah. So the
Other than
That fellers is the high Ridge is riding on.
So the next thing, I didn't even watch this show, so kudos for them. Andor season 2 coming 2025. I know a lot of people like Rogue One. I thought Rogue One was good, but to me the only great thing about that movie is the Vader scene. So I didn't check out Andor. Heard it's all right. Just haven't got around to it yet, so I can't really be excited for season 2. Do y'all got anything? I'm kind of figured you don't.
I was a big Rogue One fan. I did enjoy it because it was a different, take into the Resistance build up, but also just seeing the really spectacularly done CGI of Princess Leia was really cool.
Yeah, I give you that.
And showing how everything led up to, it fit perfectly where it needed to for me to really enjoy it. And I was like, I could watch that movie again. I thought it was really good. I caught a little bit of flack for that. I might, but that's okay. So, Andor, I never did get a chance to really watch it. Kind of wanted to, actually. I was kind of excited about it, but I just never got into it or never really had the time to get into it. So hopefully season 2 is really good. Maybe it'll entice me into finding some time for it.
Mikey, you got any says on Andor?
Uh, Not really. As far as Star Wars as a whole goes, I'm kind of with Caleb. I did like Rogue One. Um, but I really don't have a whole lot to contribute to the conversation of what was revealed to us D23 about Star Wars.
And for Ridge, all I'm going to say for you is fuck Kathleen Kennedy.
I've lost hope in Star Wars until we know 100% for sure she's gone.
Now,
I'm not watching anything. I'm done with them.
Now, the Mandalorian and Grogu, I'm excited. I'm excited for that because Dave Filoni and Favreau is working on it, and of course they put out good stuff. So that's the only thing Star Wars related I'm excited about right now. So that's coming out in 26, and I do love Mando. So other than that, that's all I'm excited for Star Wars. Y'all, Caleb, Mike, you got anything to say on that?
Very excited. I did very much enjoy The Mandalorian, and I'm very curious to see where Grogu's story is going. That's very fascinating to me. I'm not a complete Star Wars purist in terms of that there can't be like new storylines or new characters introduced. That much doesn't matter to me. It's just I love seeing respect to the source material, but I'm very excited. I like The Mandalorian a lot. I'd like to see where this is going.
Caleb?
Pretty much, yeah. No, that's really all I got.
Yeah. I mean, I'm about the same. The source material shouldn't be screwed with. Acolyte. But, it's just, I'm with Ridge also. I don't see a lot of hope in the Star Wars franchise with Kathleen Kennedy at the helm, and hopefully they can confirm to us soon that she's gone, and we can move on from this chapter of just, horrendous decision making from an executive in a movie that really, really needed someone who loved the films and was really into it and had a good relationship with George Lucas to really do those films.
I'm Dave Filoni.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just throwing that out there. But,
right.
Yeah.
Well, since, I'm not even going to ask Ridge. But since we can get past that, I feel like the rest of them are stuff that we can all talk about and enjoy.
Oh, yes.
So we're going to talk about Captain America: Brave New World because it comes out February 14th, 25. The footage that they showed at 23
At 20.
just showing Red Hulk with his big old hairy chest and pepperoni nipples.
Everyone's like talking about
Confirmed. Red Hulk is an Italian male.
But hey, I think he looks good. I know.
Hey, I'm from Little Italy. What you know about Gabagool?
people dogging on the CGI, of course, but I think it looks great.
I think it looks good. I don't know why they'd be doing
Yeah, I
that.
think it looks good too. I don't.
You can kind of see a little bit of Harrison Ford in that,
That's
face.
gonna be. I feel like that's gonna be the weird
It looks
part.
right.
I feel like that's gonna be the
It just
weird part is seeing Harrison Ford's face on a giant red Hulk.
I mean, that might be a little weird, but I'll say
Yeah,
this.
never thought
The way
I'd
they
see
did
Indy
it
Hulk
looks
out.
good.
Now, the one thing that they showed there, apparently in one of the clips, because they showed a clip and the trailer, and a trailer or something like that. But in the clip that they're talking, they're saying the clip is Harrison Ford talking about gathering adamantium from the Celestial that came out of the Earth from Eternals, because it's like just sticking out of the planet, and so they're saying that they're harvesting adamantium off of it. So they're pretty much making adamantium a celestial material.
I wonder if that's like kind of like a build up to them testing it and using it on Logan eventually.
Well, I think Captain America's getting an adamantium suit in this movie or something like that.
He could. I mean,
I don't think he'll get a suit. I think he'll just get the shield.
Yeah,
maybe
the shield
maybe it's
makes
a shield
sense.
upgrade.
makes sense.
Because I think Red Hulk will end up just crushing the shield he has now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cap's old shield.
Well, think about it. You know, in the trailer.
If you look at the poster that they show with Red Hulk holding, this dude has dents in it just by grabbing it.
Yeah. And honestly, well, one question I have: do you think they're gonna stick with how Red Hulk's powers are in the comic books? Like, can he like draw in heat or like thermal heat or something like that?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you think that?
Yes and yes.
Do you think they're gonna
They
incorporate that?
should.
Yes, they will 100% incorporate that into the Red Hulk. If they didn't,
I mean, it would
would
make
be
sense
pointless
if he-
to have the Red Hulk.
True.
I mean, look at it this way: if Captain America, as we know him now, can fly, how on earth is Red Hulk going to catch him?
Right.
My guess is he lets out a heat wave, similar to what an electromagnetic pulse would do, and literally fry Sam's hardware, grounding him, forcing him to square up.
True. And maybe that his wings could end up being adamantium too, so it could like reflect or not reflect, but just take the heat.
You know, there's only
That
one.
or adamantium has like a higher. I mean, it already does, but like a higher
Melt point.
a higher melting point would require
It kind of gives me like
These
X-Men
more
Apocalypse vibes with like, you know, like Bob's with Angel getting the
Yeah.
metallic
wings.
wings from Apocalypse.
Yeah. Caleb, I mean, Ridge, what was you saying, bro?
There's only one other thing that makes me interested in this movie, and that's if the Hulk is in it.
Yeah.
Because if we could see the Hulk versus Red Hulk, that's been something I've been dreaming about for a while. Alright. So that's something I'm looking for, either in this movie or build up to a Hulk, World War Hulk movie.
Oh,
And we get to see that fight go down.
Look, I know this is just a pipe dream, and it just came into my mind, but I'm fangirling about it internally. Let me hear Hulk's roar, right? And Sam turns around and he goes, "Oh shit," or something like that.
Hold on, Mikey. Oh no.
And he turns around and his face falls, and he's like, and it's
Hey,
Edward Norton's Hulk.
Hey,
I'd shit myself.
say that again. My computer glitched for a second.
Oh, okay. I was saying, Sam's fighting the Red Hulk to the best of his ability. He hears Hulk's roar, and he's like, "Haha, I got backup now." And he turns around, and his face falls, and he's like, "You ain't the one I know," and it's just Edward Norton's Hulk. I'd be like, "Ah."
That'd be crazy.
I mean, it'd have to be a cold day in hell for that to happen, I think. But man, if it did, Lord.
Listen, if hell can freeze over in the WWE, it can freeze over anywhere.
All right. Die.
All right.
Side note, sorry.
The next thing we talk about is Fantastic Four First Steps. I'm excited for this. And they showed like a video of the cast on the set because they're currently shooting it. And Joseph Quinn was wearing his suit. And I think the suit looks pretty good, in my opinion. And they're saying that each individually will have a different kind of looking suit. Like, it's not going to look copy and paste. So, like, they'll have, like, different little elements on them. They'll look the same, but they're just, like, not exactly the same, of course. I like the way the suit looks. I think I'm excited for this movie. Like, I'm over the top excited for it.
Have y'all heard the plot leak?
No, I haven't.
So I've heard, take it with a pinch of salt, this is just rumors right now, alright? So from what I've heard, this is happening in a different universe, right?
Yeah.
I just looked up what the suit looks like, and it looks good. I like it.
So the universe that they're in isn't the universe that they're from. They're from the 616 originally, but they was trying to do some type of, they was doing some sort of work trying to go to another realm, like in Ant-Man,
Yeah, the quantum.
in the quantum realm. Yeah, thank you. It was like they was trying to do something like that. But in the process of doing that, they ended up traveling into the multiverse and got taken into another universe. So they just stayed there living out their lives in that universe. And wherever they was traveling through there, that's wherever they got powers.
That makes sense.
I mean, that's
I mean that
pretty
makes sense.
cool.
That makes sense, but like, then there's also, it makes sense, but on my end, I'm just kind of like, but my cosmic storm,
Yeah, I
huh,
do like that.
huh. But
Makes
I mean,
sense.
that's just me. If I mean, it does make sense. It does make sense. It's not mindless like we pulled this out of our ass. I'm like, no, I could, I could figure, I could see that. I can understand why that would happen.
Now, there's a lot more to that plot, but I don't remember all that. I just remember that part really well. The best, if you want to hear that full plot being told, go look up The Cosmic Wonder. He has a whole breakdown of that plot on his YouTube channel.
Yes. Caleb, you got anything to say? Any of y'all, anybody else got anything to say on this movie?
I mean, I'm excited to watch it and see. I am, like I'm still not sure how I feel about Pedro Pascal playing Mr. Fantastic, but we'll see. Um, yeah, if that plot leak is true, that'd be interesting to see, pan out on film, and we'll just have to hope that it's a good movie.
Yeah. Rich?
I think it's going to be a great movie.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
I'm glad we're getting Galactus the correct way, too,
Yeah.
and not just a giant storm cloud.
I can't stand people online being like, well, ain't Galactus supposed to be so big that he can literally devour the planet? Don't this dude literally eat planets? And it's like, Galactus can also change his size. Because, like, in the leaked trailer, you could see Galactus's face or, like, his eyes through a building or something like that. But I just hope that it's good, and I think it's gonna be great. Just don't fuck it up, please.
Have faith
I'm
in
really looking
Kevin
forward to
Fagoli.
having another. I'm really looking forward to having another good Fantastic Four movie. I really want it. I feel like I need it. Um,
There was a couple things that we
I,
missed. There's a couple things we missed on some movies. I'm not really want to touch up on them, but I'm just going to mention them just because I didn't know about one or two of them. Um, there's a movie coming out called Elo or Ilio. It's a new Disney Pixar movie. I don't know much about it, but we missed that. Of
Win
course,
or lose the TV series.
yeah. There's the Hercules is going to be on the musical in West End. That's pretty cool. There's the Hoppers movie. I don't know much about
Yeah,
it, but oh,
it's
it's a girl goes into like a robot like
Beaver.
beaver to see the animal world or something like that.
Yeah, it seems cool.
Yeah, it seems alright. Um,
Also, something I don't know if you just hadn't gotten to it yet, Slater. The Greatest Showman is going to be turned into a musical.
like a Broadway musical.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. I know this is going to be the one that everybody cares about the least, but apparently they're doing Descendants and Zombies as like a concert tour thing, like Worlds Collide BS.
yeah.
I've never watched Zombies, but I do like the first three Descendants. Haven't watched the fourth. I don't really care to. Um, the one that I do want to touch up on before we continue with Marvel, The Rock doing Monster Jam,
Yeah,
like the Monster Trucks
that
Monster Jam.
Yep, that's one of those. That's one of the things. Like,
Why are we doing
I
it?
don't know. It was something that I'm sure The Rock was wanting to do. You know,
If we
Bro, Dwayne Johnson's
because
been doing side quests for years.
if we were
from
doing if we were doing a Monster Jam movie, why don't you just make it animated and make it in the same world as Cars?
because the last time they tried to do that, it failed with planes.
They made 2 of them, so it didn't feel that bad. Maybe the second one did, but
No, both plane movies were off.
I never watched. I know Dane
They
Cook
just
liked it.
don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, but I just had to bring those up. I just had to bring those up.
Nothing like a soulish cash grab.
Okay, so continue with Marvel. We're on to some shows. So looks like they announced that Ironheart is officially coming out in 2025. Main thing I know about that movie is Anthony Ramos plays the Hood. I don't know much on who the Hood is, but
Slayer, you just called that a movie.
the show. My bad, pimp. Um, I don't know much about it. I did hear Shuri may make an appearance in it, but I don't know much else after that. I'm kind of excited for it. I liked her in Black Panther, so I'll have to see. Y'all got much on Ironheart?
I'm interested in it. Kind of, I guess, is the best way to put it. This thing has been finished with the making the show for a minute and
You know what's
just
crazy to
got
think?
delayed.
You know what's crazy to think? So
What's that?
Anthony Ramos is in this, and they just came out with Twisters, and I think he filmed Twisters after he filmed Ironheart,
Yeah,
and
probably.
they made a masterclass movie before they even came out with this show. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all, anybody else?
I mean, in business terms, money,
Yeah.
I could definitely see having some instant gratification from the completion and putting Twisters into theaters because that is such a heartfelt and well-loved, I would say, cult classic movie for a lot of people. I can definitely see why they'd be like, you know what, let's go ahead and put this one out first. It's going to net us the most income.
Well, I'm talking about Ironheart in general. Like
Right. I mean, I'm excited for it. At first, when I saw her appearance in Black Panther 2, I was like, who? And then I was like, oh shit, that's Ironheart. And I was like, that's so cool. Like, I actually thought it was really neat to see her.
apparently the story is that she got expelled from college from the whole shenanigans that happened in Black Panther 2, and I don't know much else, but I did hear that.
I think I've heard that Mephisto is supposed to be
But
in Ironheart.
we've heard Mephisto is going to be in almost every damn show so far.
Well, I mean, we gotta hold out hope. As far as I know, too, he's actually been casted.
Oh, who?
He's supposed to be. I can't think of the guy's name. Oh gosh, what did the Dictator movie?
Oh, Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yes, it's supposed to be him that's playing him.
I would love that, dude.
From what I've heard, again, this is one of those deals where I've watched. If you really want to keep up with Marvel and all the rumors and speculations of things to come, go watch The Cosmic Wonder. He's really great, keeping everybody up to date with that kind of stuff. That's one of the guys I follow who does an excellent job, and he was the one that had said something about that happening.
You know the intro from Mephisto should be somebody going to hell, and he goes, "This is my home. Entry, please." And like show Jesus, and he's like, "This is my neighbor. He is pain in my ass."
He is pain in my assless.
No.
Caleb,
Absolutely not.
Caleb, you got any ideas?
No, fun.
Or anything?
No, not really. I mean, It's just I didn't really pay too much attention to that one.
All right. Now big one. Here's a big one. I ain't watched the trailer yet, so don't. I mean, y'all can say if you watched it, but Daredevil Born Again. I'm super excited for that. That looks what I've seen of Charlie Cox's Daredevil. Of course, watching the Netflix show and seeing Punisher, which is confirmed to be in the show. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this.
I'm excited for it. I have not watched the trailer this surprisingly. From what I've also heard, is that due to the greater threat, which I think is who is it, White Tiger or whatever.
Yeah. White Tiger is officially in the.
Which, by the way, I have seen a photo of. I think it is Tiger. Holy shit!
Yeah, he looks good.
It looks insane. From what I've heard, Kingpin and Daredevil are going to team together to take on the greater threat.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I am praying for a Spider-Man cameo at some point. Because we get Charlie Cox in No Way Home. And they're saying in Spider-Man 4 that it'll be like a street level Avengers style movie. And of course, Daredevil would have to make an appearance if that's the case. So that's a big hope from that. But I'm just excited for the series. Mikey, you excited for it?
I am. I really am. Daredevil's not my favorite defender, but that don't mean he ain't styling and profiling, dog. Matt Murdock is him. And knowing that the Punisher's going to be in it, and that apparently Kingpin and Daredevil are going to have some kind of agreement, if what Ridge said is true, I just, I'm excited.
Caleb?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with y'all. I think it's going to be a really good series, and it's just cool to have that character back, in a sense, and it's just it's pretty awesome. I like Daredevil. I remember the original movie, and really really good movie, and I was kind of upset they never really took it any further.
Yeah.
So now we're getting our chance to kind of see what they can do with it.
All right, so now we're getting to the last little bit from Marvel series, like Marvel Studios. So the first thing is we're getting What If Season 3 officially.
Yep.
I didn't really watch Season 2. I watched parts of Season 1. I'm not the biggest fan of the animation of it, so that's why I didn't really check it out. I did watch the T'Challa being Star-Lord and the Killmonger being Black Panther. No, what was it? Killmonger. I can't remember, but it was like the Ultron episode, crazy-ish. It was alright. I mean, What If's alright. It's just not my style of stuff.
I liked What If.
I just don't like the animation, really. Any of you other fellas got any ideas on it?
No, not really. I mean, I've seen clips of it on TikTok. Haven't really watched it, and it seems okay. But I agree, the animation style's kind of shitty.
Mikey.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I figured you was because you mentioned it a couple times before. So
Yeah, I've watched every single episode of it. It has me intrigued, and I think they can do a lot of great stuff with it.
Mikey, you got anything on it? On What If?
I don't really have a lot of opinions on it. I do think the concept is really cool. I'm curious to see with what they do next, but I can't say that it deeply intrigued me from the get-go.
One thing I have to say about What If, I just wish they would do a Star Wars What If. Like I don't care if they kept the same animation. I just feel like I'd be more intrigued in a Star Wars What If series. Just because, we could get an episode on What If Anakin never turned, or what if Anakin won instead of Obi-Wan, or like just something like that, But that's just a fever dream,
Yeah.
and that's nothing that I think will happen. It's just something I think would be cool if they did.
Yeah, well, like we said, until Kathleen Kennedy's out of the picture, Star Wars is kind of like it's an up in the air kind of deal right now.
I was about to say, I don't want to happen if Kathleen Kennedy's involved.
All right, so the next thing,
Don't need her doing anything.
The next thing, I don't know much about, but Eyes of Wakanda is going to be an animated Wakanda series, and I guess it's going to be more on the people of Wakanda. That's all I really know about it.
It's only going to have 4 episodes.
Oh, is it?
Same as the Marvel Zombies that's coming out. Only 4 episodes.
Yep.
So I don't know if that means that they're going to be like 30 minutes or if they're going to be like an hour piece. I don't know what. But only 4 episodes, it has me scratching my head. I'm curious on why only 4.
Yeah.
Maybe just because they want to see how it does before they continue to go down that path. Because I mean, it is a very dark path in the Marvel.
To me, Marvel.
Yeah, in the comics,
to me, Marvel Zombies makes sense to be only 4 episodes because it's like a limited run comic book. But Eyes of Wakanda.
Yeah, and the comics are incredibly dark.
And if Eyes of Wakanda, I don't know how popular it'll be. Just because, like, if it's nothing to do with the Black Panther and it's just about just the people of Wakanda, and this is no disrespect, because if you know me, you know Black Panther is my dog. I don't know. I'll have to see, type thing. That's literally all I can say about that. And we already mentioned Marvel Zombies, 4 episodes. Like I said, it makes sense to me with it being like a limited run comic book. I just hope that it is gory, of course. I kind of hope they make it like a rated R thing. Or TVMA, whatever you call it. I want it to be as dark as the comic books, but that's just, I know they're not going to, of course.
Well, you never know till we get there. I mean, did we really think it was going to get to the point where TVMA was going to be in Disney?
True.
No, that's true.
Look, if they got Spider-Man out there swinging with his veins instead of his webs.
Oh man, yeah, that's what I was actually going to mention.
Yeah, I was about to say, that specific panel, first time I ever saw it, made me gag. I wanted to vomit.
Now, here's a big disappointing one, boys. And Ridge, I don't know if you heard about this, so bear with me. So the last thing when it comes to Marvel animation and the Marvel Studio side period is Spider-Man freshman year. Well, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, that's what it's called. It was originally called Freshman Year, but it's Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man now. Did you hear on how that Peter Parker gets his powers? Rich?
Who are you asking? Me? No.
Anybody?
No.
Listen to this shit. So apparently, Peter Parker in this universe, because originally everybody was like, "Yo, this should be the origin story of our Peter Parker."
It's not.
It is 100% not. This Peter Parker apparently gets his powers because a portal opens and Doctor Strange and Venom are fighting a giant spider, and Peter apparently gets bit by it when it goes through the portal.
That's not what I was thinking at all.
No.
I gotta be honest, because the only thing I was thinking of is from what I heard, this one was going to have Norman Osborn was going to be the mentor or whatever to Spider-Man. So I figure maybe he gets his power somehow through Norman Osborn. Whether it's a spider biting him at Oscorp or whether he has him doing some project with him and he just gets it.
Yeah. I saw that on Twitter, and I am not the happiest about that. So,
They're
so
lazy writing. You know?
my thought about that series has gone kind of downhill from here. So, yeah,
I don't know what to see.
I would like to say something.
go ahead.
You know what else throws shit at the wall, expecting it to stick? Monkeys, chimpanzees. But when they do it, they don't really have a plan. They're throwing their own feces to fling crap.
Yep.
Mikey, we already had one rant.
I know. I'm holding it in. I'm holding it in. Why?
It's so hard, isn't it?
It's so hard. I'm so upset. Anyway,
All right, so
I'm with Caleb. How horrendously lazy writing. Anyway.
all right, so that's done with the movies and the TV series side. Now we're going more to the gaming side, and this is something that we all experienced in person. Not in person, but at the time.
With a million other people,
a million and a
by the
half,
way.
apparently. All right, so
Millions.
last night, Fortnite held a special D23 event to where you could watch the Fortnite collaboration panel, or Epic Games,
The Epic Games.
and Marvel and Disney collaboration. Well, the first thing they announced, they brought out 4 different people, and it was, I can't remember the lady, what Brittany told me she did, but I can't remember the lady.
She's the head over Disney Animation, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think. Don't quote me on that.
Brittany told me she did some movie. But either way, she came out and announced that they are bringing the villains. Oh, they're bringing Disney villains to Fortnite. And this is the first time we had a Disney animated character be incorporated into Fortnite. And it looks like at first we're going to get Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, and Maleficent. So that's pretty gnarly. I think.
I'll get you, Pan.
And for
Yeah, I'm definitely getting Captain Hook.
For people like Rich, who's a massive Disney guy, and Brittany, who is a massive Disney person, this is big. Even Brittany was playing Fortnite with us last night as well, and she was like, you could hear her in the background just yes, yes.
Yeah, she really was. She was like, yes.
She's like, incredible.
Like plankton salivating over the Krabby Patty formula. Yeah.
Reggie, what do you think about this big stuff?
So, just the one whole thing as a whole.
Just the Disney villains. We're going piece by piece.
So, okay, the Disney villains is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to Captain Hook, kind of. I don't know. The art to Captain Hook was kind of odd because they have him ripped
They have him what?
unnecessarily. I don't know if y'all could tell, but they had our boy yoked.
Oh, he was yoked.
They must be remembering the Captain Hook from that one Peter Pan movie. Y'all know the one I'm talking about. The
live action one?
Oh, yeah.
No, the one that's free. This is the one that he's referring to. I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting to have the villains first, I guess.
All right, then. So, anybody else? I mean, I know y'all have already said your piece on it, but y'all got anything on to say it, boys?
Nah.
I think it's a great opportunity. I think it's really neat to see.
Yeah, it's cool.
Can't say I ever expected to see something like that in my lifetime, especially with video games. But, I'm glad that I do get to see it because I personally think it's pretty rad.
I'm excited to be Maleficent with a Glock. And speaking of
nerd, the M's in Magic Missile also stand for millimeter.
So, on to more characters I did not expect to be able to Glock people down with. The Incredibles.
Yeah.
They are adding Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, and Mrs. Incredible, and Frozone. And I think that's pretty slick. I'm excited. I'm definitely
Chun-Li incident with Epic Part 2.
Dude, if they drop the ball and they give her the flattest ass in history, I'm gonna be pissed. She's called Elastigirl for a reason.
Y'all are too much on that.
She's called Elastigirl for a reason. That thing better be elastic on the screen, man.
I just wanted to be funny, and I knew Jordan would take it a step further.
But no, on the real note, I'm excited for it. I'm definitely at least getting the Frozone suit.
Yeah, no, the Frozone skin has got to be so tight.
Y'all got any thoughts on that Ridge, Caleb?
I wish I could run around as Jack.
Honestly, confirmed.
Honestly, I expected him to do a Syndrome.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I was really thinking a Syndrome would be cool. I think a back bling could be the robot that he was using to kill all the superheroes.
What if the back bling is Syndrome when he was Incrediboy?
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Okay.
With his arms crossed.
Yeah.
So hear me out. The back bling would be Jack, right?
Ooh,
That's what I was trying to say.
And the glider would be from the first movie, the bladed things that the bad guy.
Yeah, I could see that.
That'd be cool.
Oh, it could be. Isn't there a scene where Mr. Incredible's like running on top of it and it's like rolling?
No, he's running from it. Well, maybe. I don't remember entirely.
Either way,
Glider could also
cool.
be Violet's bubble.
Or
the glider could also be Violet's bubble.
Or it could be
that'd be cool.
Or that plane that Richard rides when he first arrives on the island.
Now hear me out too. One of the gliders for like Mr. Incredible only could be Elastigirl.
Dude, yes.
Because she parachutes.
Cool.
That would be fire.
She turns into a parachute, so
that would be fire. I'm not gonna cap.
Or to have his car.
Yeah, the bent door too.
Yeah,
his car.
Yeah,
the tiny car.
There's plenty of gliders that are vehicle style, but you hang on to them with handlebars.
I doubt it's gonna be that, but it'd be funny as shit though.
Yeah,
I could see it as an
waiting
emote.
for something to happen, I guess. Me too, kid.
Dude, it could be an emote where it just slams the door.
Either that or him picking up the car over his head.
Yeah. The one, dude, I've got to say this. I think Frozone's glider is gonna be so sick.
It's gonna be him coming in on ice.
When he's like you know how he like slings the ice as he runs, and like, I think that's gonna be cool.
Please tell me one of the emotes for Frozone is him drinking out of a cup of water. Please.
Please tell me we get to hear him yell, "Where's my?"
What if?
Where's my super suit?
What if that's the like the emote that comes with him? It's just saying it over and over.
I would love it.
All right, so on to our next little piece of Rooney here. It's not much, but Star Wars. I can't remember the name of the droid, but they're putting the droid from the first season of Mandalorian. Well, he's in the.
I think it's IB-88.
But he's gonna be a skin.
Irritable Bowel 88.
So cool for him. But the thing about it is they're making a Grogu back bling, and he's eating a little cookie thing, whatever, and he throws up.
It looks like a macaroon.
Yeah, so
space macaroon.
And he fucking throws up. I'm excited about that. I got to snag the bag on that one, brother.
Do we want my input?
Yeah, no, because I know what you're gonna say.
Listen, I'm going to keep it simple and not mean. Okay?
Okay.
Riz was that one scout trooper who slugged Grogu.
I think... I think it's a telltale sign whenever she can't come out even to that panel. But while they have all these other big wigs up there, but she still doesn't come out to that panel neither. She can't come out to her own panel, nor to that one. What's that tell you? She probably is the company, or shouldn't be.
You know what? You might have a really big point on that because they also did like a special announcement that's saying that they're doing Mandalorian Grogu, the Smuggler's Run.
Yep, they're adding
And
that to the.
that's pretty huge too. And for her to not even be out there for that, that's fucking crap, dude. Like, I hope she's gone. Ridge might have spoken into existence.
God, I hope so.
I can hear him praying.
I'm telling you, if we come on to the next episode and you hear some church music, just it's gonna be Ridge just running into the house with prayer flag, just waving that shit back and forth.
Yeah, no, Ridge is gonna come in. We're just gonna be silent. There won't even be a warning. You won't even hear me. I'll just be like, "Speak it, brother," and he's gonna be like, "Shut up! What are you talking to this right now?" We should just lose it. Like,
listen, I'm not Pentecostal. I'm not a part of the Pentecostal church, but by God, we'll have a Pentecostal church meeting whenever that happens.
Bro, it's gonna be like
hey,
that.
somebody bring the whole Sister Act choir. We are about to get.
We will. If that happens, if she gets fired, guys, we are having a live reaction. All right, for the first time ever, be on camera. That will be the day I hop on a camera. Is whenever
Hey, dude,
gets fired.
If that happens, make it short and I'll post it.
Oh no, it won't be a short. It will have to be a whole event on YouTube because it will last longer than a short.
Oh man! All right,
Be touching some heads, putting some people down.
And the last thing to mention, with actually the last planned thing we have to mention for the podcast is what they announced at the end of the stream, which was the battle pass for next season. So we're getting Absolute Doom. So, we're getting the War Machine, Gwenpool. It looks like Emma Frost, Shuri. It looks like Jonesy is getting a Captain America suit.
Captain Jonesy.
We're getting a shield that you can throw.
Well, I'm getting to that. We're getting Mysterio, and we're getting Pilverine. I also heard we might get a pill pool, like a pilly Deadpool.
Well, there's also, I think I noticed that Meowscles was on the villain side and had a new look.
Yeah, it was
Sabretooth.
Sabretooth.
Yeah, that's what it was, Sabretooth.
And with the big part of the season, we're getting Doctor Doom.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks pretty magnificent, if I may say it.
Oh yes. And for those who didn't get to experience the event on the map, it was just awesome watching Megalodon doing his damnedest to destroy the map with his nitro fuel pump generator thing that he had built, only for the Doctor Doom logo to glitch him out and then cause his plan to completely fail, leading up to the panel for the the battle pass that's to be coming out. And they've already added some of the characters. We mentioned they added
the X-Men. They added
the X-Men. They added Colossus, Jubilee. They had Scott. Well, yeah, I call him Scott, but that's just because of the name. But it's just, I think they did a really good job warming us up for the season. Me and David were talking about it with Mikey there, and we were like, yeah, this is about to be a crazy good battle pass.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get, like Caleb said, we're getting some new specific mythics with Captain America shield. We're going to get Black Panther's claws, War Machine. It looks like War Machine's outfit. Or guns.
Gwenpool's got some sort of power that looks really cool to use,
It wasn't Gwenpool's. What it was Iron Man's repulsors.
Oh, that's what his repulsors. That's what he was using. Yeah.
But it's not just like the repulsors that they had in before. It's like full on fly around, beam. Looks like Doctor Doom's getting his own mythic with his Doom beams.
Oh man, that looks so cool too.
Yeah, that was like the most evil Kamehameha I've ever seen in my life.
And we're also getting a new POI, and it looks like it's going to be Doom's Palace. So that's going to be cool. Bridge, what do you think about this next season coming up?
I'm pretty excited. I'm looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to playing as Doctor Doom, seeing what all he can do. I'm curious if with Doom's Palace, if that's taking over the where Grimm's at and all that.
I don't know where they put it, but that would make sense.
Yeah,
Just
somewhere.
just
I wouldn't be
because that
surprised if it
water's
just.
already green.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense, but at the same time, knowing the character makeup of Victor Von Doom, the man is so egotistical it hurts, but he's got everything he needs to back up his talk. Right? I wouldn't be surprised if that man just says, Mount Olympus, huh? Nah, it's mine.
It also could be in the snowy part of the map too. I mean, you think of it, Latveria is in Serbia almost. So I mean,
Yeah.
it could be something like that too. And that's just me being a nerd and knowing about Doom, but no, I think I'm excited for the season. The resurgence that we've had of Fortnite the last couple seasons, it's pretty fun again, and I'm glad that now that we all actually play it, we're getting another Marvel themed season. So I'm stoked for it.
And we're getting more to come that we didn't get announced.
Yeah, there's gonna be so much Disney stuff related to Fortnite coming out. Like on the map, they had like little things you could do to collect coins and stuff for XP later on, I guess. And it looks like there was like a map, there's like a puzzle and had two different types of maps. And I'm expecting there's gonna be like a whole the whole like Disney experience eventually in Fortnite, like kind of like how they added the festival and the racing and the Lego. I think there's going to be like a whole like experience. Honestly, there could be a thing even later on where we could like ride the rides or something like that in the game at any point.
Kind of like the Universal Studios game from the GameCube
Well, it's
days.
kind of like the Disneyland Adventure games that they had on the Switch.
Oh yeah, that
Not the
too,
Switch,
yeah.
but the
Connect.
Yeah.
I had that game.
But I think I could see something like that happening for Fortnite later on.
But even then, that game in of itself, if we got that, it will be so much more immersive because you're getting to go with your friends into the place. That's what makes it cool.
I'm pretty stoked for it.
By the way, did anyone else see Deadpool come out during it? Or just me whenever I went back to watch it again?
I didn't see it.
Go back and watch it again. They have a little bit right there after they announce the games and Deadpool comes out.
Okay.
And yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now the one thing that we didn't mention, Ryan Reynolds did have a video that played at D23 where he pretty much thanked the fans for the success of Deadpool and Wolverine, which officially is now over 1 billion worldwide. So it is the biggest. It is the first $1 billion Marvel movie since No Way Home. This is only its third week, so I can only imagine getting up to at least 1.2. It might beat out No Way Home, but it's a 50-50 chance for me. Well, is there anything else we would like to talk about this week, fellas?
No, I can't really think of anything. I think we covered everything we thought about.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that immediately pertains to the topics that we've been on that would.
Right. One thing I do want to ask, or do bring up to the boys while I'm on the stream, when we were at CreepyCon last week, we ran into a gentleman. Well, I spoke to the gentleman. I think me and Caleb.
Yeah, we did. It was both you and I.
His name is his is the Horror Green Book, and he's really cool dude. If you don't know him, look him up, follow him. We talked about possibly doing a collaboration one day. So if other boys like the idea of doing like a small collab with somebody, and everything. Maybe eventually we can have him on an episode. Maybe talk.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see an issue in doing a collab or anything like that.
Talk about some horror related stuff or something like that.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of horse coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, we definitely.
Yeah, we're getting closer to spooky season, everybody.
We're getting closer to, Halloween. I am a part of a haunt this year, so I will be talking more about that here in the future on what I'm doing in there, the experience like, Heck, who knows? I might be able to talk the owners over the haunt into joining us on the podcast one day, maybe.
Well, speaking of that, Rich, I was going to ask, they have that event coming up. Do you think they would let us come and cover some of it?
I think we'll be able to go.
Right.
Covering it, I haven't asked them anything about that. I'm sure we could even just pull up that day and say, hey,
Well, my question is like, I'm sure you won't really be able to do anything because, you work for them pretty much. But like,
yeah,
like the other three or at least two other of us could come and just film some of it, talk to the owners maybe just for like a second, something like that. Maybe you can finagle something on that.
Yeah, we might be able to do something. I mean, as long as I say you were saying finagle, I'm imagining because it's free advertisement for.
Right.
So I'd say so. There'll be other vendors there that we could be able to talk to.
Yep.
And also, that house is haunted that the haunt's in.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll be able to get some great stories about that. That's what I'm looking forward to with even being in.
And I think
is getting to
the only two people who's been through this house. I don't know if you've been through it all the way, Ridge, but I know Mikey has. I know we all of us got to go for a week this week. I mean, I know Ridge will be working it, but not this week, but we got to go through
whenever it opens.
Yeah. Sorry, Mikey, but it's for the podcast.
You are not sorry.
No, what he's sorry. He isn't sorry
at all.
Listen, he's sorry.
We're talking about the same dude who said, "You know what? This microphone, it has a deep mode. Mikey's deathly scared of his own shadow. This will be funny, Mikey." And just have me through my door.
Listen, he's sorry about that. He's sorry about that. What I'm sorry about is the fact that I'm going to buy y'all the touchpad.
Oh no.
And that means I get
for this.
And that means that y'all get manhandled.
Ridge is gonna.
Okay, at least one of y'all have to do it. Pass, all right. The whole group.
Good. Jordan's doing it.
Oh no.
Somebody has to have a touch pass so I can manhandle y'all.
I ain't doing that.
Oh yeah, no. When the crypt. Right. When some creepy crawly crypt whatever comes over and I feel them and I'm like, damn, they ain't got a firm hold on me at all. I'll be like, oh shit, Rich.
Dude, I don't know if I.
Okay, first off,
starts choking me like I'm Bart Simpson.
I'm not going to say I'm to be a crypt, but I'm also not saying be working around.
You're not saying you represent Bloods either. I hear you.
Look, man, I don't know if I could.
I'll be in a bloody spot.
I don't know if I could do touch pass, dude. When we went to HHN for the first time and we was going through that Blumhouse Experience house, and we was walking through the Happy Death Day part, and the damn baby face was just automatically popped in front of my face out of nowhere, and I reared my fist back to punch that sumbitch, and he literally goes, "Oh!"
Listen, with the touch pass, if you yank your foot down, we know that you're done, though.
Say it again.
If you come through with the touch pass on and it gets too much for you, you can yank off the nuts and just down, and we know that you're done.
Oh,
just don't try to hide it, because if somebody still sees it because you're trying to hide it, you will still get harassed and still get manhandled in there.
Look, man.
Bring me that ass.
If I go to
Either way, you're going to get manhandled.
I just don't want my first experience in that house to be being manhandled. Look,
So, Mikey, it sounds like you're going to that's doing the touch pass.
Mikey will fight.
Yeah, no.
Mikey will fight. Mikey will fight a toddler if he had to do that. It's over, dude.
See a man take candy from a baby? You about to. I ain't doing this shit.
man.
Oh, Mikey, you being a scaredy cat, you damn right. I'd rather live. I think that's great.
So another thing,
choosing to live over living in perpetual terror? Nah, I'm good.
Another thing to bring up real quick. In a couple of weeks, not this coming up weekend, but the next weekend, The Crow comes out.
Oh yes.
And if anybody, all of us is possible, I'd like for us to get together and watch it so we can do a review on that.
Yeah, that'll work.
So, you go with that, Mikey?
What, going to see The Crow? Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Word. Alright, so not this next Sunday, but the Sunday after that, be expecting a review on The Crow 2024. Well...
Yeah, next Sunday, we ain't got a clue on what we're doing.
No, not yet, no. So, it looks like that's it for this week. Just thank you guys for listening, and hopefully if y'all are new to the podcast, we're sorry, first off.
No, we're not.
No, not really.
We don't give a shit.
But welcome. But if y'all like the podcast, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. We'll post every Sunday night. I'll post a little things there throughout the week. Yeah. Thank you guys.
If you don't, oh well.
Yeah, if
subscribe anyways.
But if you don't like our content either, I guess we'll see you later. See you in the next video.
Subscriptions all around.
See you never, Jimbo.
Remember, it costs nothing to be nice on the internet.
It also costs nothing to be absolutely abhorrent. Shut up, Caleb.
All right, guys. That's enough.
That's it for the podcast this week. We love you guys. Deuces.
Bye-bye.
Yeet.